Welcome again. My name is Shola Adeshaki. I'm glad to be in your faces. And today, very quickly, I want to touch on something very, very important. Something very common. It's a word that we throw around all the time, but a word that a lot of people do not understand: goal setting. And the title for this short video is The Secrets for Setting and Smashing Your Goals. Like, literally, I will be talking about 4 or 5 quick points, quick tips that can help you achieve your goals. Now, it's that time of the year where people are making goals, people are making resolutions like, this is what I want to do in 2022, this is what I want to achieve. Now, the question is, if you do some kind of introspection, you would realize that we all set goals. I've been setting goals for as long as I can remember. And towards the end of the year, I started fidget. Like, I'm like, what have I achieved? Now, ever since I realized the tips for setting goals and achieving them, my life has changed. And you know what? I don't pressurize myself. I set my goals, I put in the work, I trust, I have a positive mindset, I go for it, and I live in gratitude. So the ones that I'm able to achieve, I achieve. The ones that I'm not able to achieve, I roll them over if possible. But see, it is not just about putting pen to paper to write out goals. These few things I would share with you, I believe, will sort of revolutionize your thinking about goal setting and will help you set better goals and achieve them. Now, literally, what is the meaning of goals? What would you call goals? I like this definition from amfam.com, and it says, what are life goals? Goals are all the things you want to accomplish in your life. Your life goals are very meaningful to you and can make a lasting impact on your life. They can be large and challenging, or they can be smaller and more personal. It all depends on what you want to achieve. I love it. Of course, there are other types of goals and all of that, but it just literally means that a goal is something you are aspiring to achieve. A goal is something you want to lay your hands on. If it is within your reach, if it is a low hanging fruit, if it is something you can stretch out your hand to achieve, then it's not a goal. A goal should be something that is outside of your comfort zone, something that you have to stretch to achieve. So, as we talk about the new year, talk about setting goals and achieving these goals, what are some of the things that we need to consider? The first thing, goal setting is not meant to be an emergency exercise. Oh, they said we should set goals. Hey, it's a new year. We have to set goals. I haven't set my goals. First Sunday of the year. Hey, last day of the year, set goals. No. A goal setting exercise should be a function of what you have been interacting with in your mind, things you would genuinely like to achieve, and how. You must make you goal setting has to be sacred. You must make out time to think about what you want ahead of time. Goal setting is not what you do when your pastor says, where are your goals for 2022? Bring them out. Your goals for 2023, your goals for it is not an emergency exercise. It is a deliberate, intentional, highly personal, and spiritual exercise. You are giving yourself the room to think about the future, to visualize, to create, to imagine the kind of life you want. Your goals are prophecies of what you want to desire, what you desire to become. You therefore must take it seriously. A goal setting session. Yes, I like vision boards. I like all of those, vision board meetings and all of that. But goal setting is highly personal and spiritual because you're literally allowing yourself to build your future. Right. And goal setting doesn't have to happen at the beginning or at the end of the year. You can set goals any time of the year. Because again, don't forget that time. I like that. I think it's Ecclesiastes. I can't remember where that said, you see, there's a time to do this, there's a time to do that. January to December is a creation of man to sort of break the flow of time into bit sizes. There's no difference between December 31st and January 1st. It's a new day. So you can set your goals anytime. So my number one tip is that embrace goal setting as a more spiritual and sacred and highly personalized exercise that you must do with your mind. You must allow yourself to think. Number two, it's okay to have multiple goals. Don't box yourself into I need to have one spiritual goal, one, and it's okay not to have goals in some areas of your life. For the new year, you might say, you know what, I want to have just spiritual goals and financial goals. Okay? Remember, goals are prophecies about your life. So it's up to you to decide. God told the Israelites when they were going, as far as you can see, when God was going to bless Abraham, he brought him outside and said, look out, can you count the stars? So take a cue from that. So if you want to say, no, I just want to set a few goals, it's okay. But I will set different goals for different areas of my life. Now, have multiple goals, but break them down. Short-term goals are things you like to do within the next 1 year. Mid-term goals are things you like to do within 2 to 5 years, and long-term goals are things you like to do after 5 or 7 or 10 years. So have multiple goals covering different areas of your life. Goals don't have to be only financial. I want to have $500,000 at the bank in my bank account. I want to do this. I want to buy a car. A lot of people will set goals around finances alone. Feel free to set goals around your spiritual life, set goals for your children, the kind of home you want to have on a short, mid, long term goal, the kind of business. Set goals about traveling, set goals about vacationing, set goals about your relationships. They are prophecies. So break it down so that you don't burn out. Some people want to achieve long term goals in a short term duration, and that's why they burn out. And some people, things that they are meant to do in short term, they want to push it to long term, and then they say they don't have clarity. Break down your goals. Why? And that leads me into the next thing. Financial goals are fantastic. I spoke about it already. But life is much more than money and possessions. I like that scripture that says, a man's life does not consist of the abundance of possessions that he has. You know by now that I teach the 4 types of wealth: financial wealth, social wealth, time wealth, physical wealth, of course, spiritual wealth, people wealth. Those are other types of wealth we must aspire to have. You do yourself a large amount of injustice by just setting goals around your finances. How about your relationships? What kind of people do you want to meet? How about personal development? How about your physical wealth? How about your health? How about time? Why? Money is only a representation of value. There are other value creating factors. Health, physical relationships, spiritual development goals are all things that you must seek to have. Now, another thing for you to be successful at smashing your goals and setting your goals, don't just write goals because you have been told to write goals. Some people just write goals in a detached way. Remember the first point I said, goal setting has got to be spiritual. Your mind, your soul, your spirit must all be present when you're doing that exercise. So, when it is not spiritual, when it's not coming from a place of depth, people just write goals, they don't believe in it. Be true to your goals, commit to them. Feel free to dream big and find a way of measuring it. So don't just write it down, end of the year, beginning of the year, resolutions. Kai, stop it. Write down your goals and believe that you can achieve them. Then that leads me to vision boarding. Now, when you have done these 4 tips or these 3 tips, get a vision board. It doesn't have to be a physical vision board. Your phone can have pictorial. I think there's an app on Canva, right, that helps you, put different things together. Now, the kind of people that you want to meet, the kind of things you want to do, places, how you want to dress, it's your life. Feel free to dream. Get pictorial representations of your goal and keep them in places where you can often interact with them. You know this quote that I love to quote? It says, nothing guarantees a good future like a correct picture. And you cannot feature in a future you can picture. I said it again. Nothing guarantees a good future like a correct picture. And you cannot feature in a future you can picture. So get pictures on your desktop, on your phone, anywhere that shows you these things. Interact with them and let them become part and parcel of your everyday life. Finally, goals are not designed to be things achievable within your comfort zone. I already said that. Set goals higher than your present reality. And as you achieve them, be grateful, set higher goals. Now, I shared this particular tips, this set of tips in an Instagram on my Instagram page a few weeks ago, so you can find it there. So I said, keep reviewing, keep rereading, keep resetting, keep realigning, keep interacting with your goals. Summarily, goals are spiritual. Goals are prophecies. Don't set goals the way. I mean, at a vision board party, you are not just setting goals. You know the goals. You are just bringing them to paper. You are using pictorial representation to sort of present your goals. Overall, commit your goals to God. Get an accountability partner if you have to. Identify those you think will help you achieve those goals. Move closer to them. About 14 years ago, well over a decade, I started to follow Ambassador Nimi Akinkugbe on LinkedIn. She used to teach personal finance, and I just like it took her a while before she accepted my request. Instagram and all of those things were not popular then. And I started to follow. And in my mind, I'll be like, one day I want to teach personal finance like this woman. You know what? For years, she never knew me. But sometime recently, we were both on the same invitation for one of the telecommunication companies in Nigeria, the biggest. She gave a keynote. I was a panelist. Then after giving a keynote, she said she was just going to stay for a few minutes so that she could hear what Shola Adeshaki had to say, and of course the other panelists. That blew my mind. That was a goal I had seen in my mind many years before then. Goals come to pass, it might take a while. It might take a while. I like that scripture that says, he that goeth forth weeping, bearing precious seeds, shall doubtlessly come back rejoicing. Your precious seeds are your your goals. Bear them well. Guard them. See them as something spiritual. They are seeds. Your goals are seeds. And you will come back rejoicing with them. I love you and I'm rooting for you. You will succeed. God bless you.